in Louisville, Kentucky, another mass shooting. Now, this shooting happening on the heels of that other shooting that occurred at Old National Bank in downtown Louisville. Now, today, there's another shooting, 2 dead, 4 injured at a park there in Louisville, Kentucky. So here's what officials had to say about that shooting and what we know so far.
Louisville Metro Safe received a call about multiple people shot in Chickasaw Park. LMPD officers arrived to find at least 2 dead people in the park who were deceased from gunshot wounds. Another 4 were transported by either personal vehicle or by EMS to University of Louisville Hospital. As of right now, 1 of those at least is in critical condition in surgery, while the other 3 are still being treated. When officers arrived, they were able to provide medical attention to some of the victims who had been shot on scene. As of right now, we have no witnesses to this incident. We do know that hundreds of people were in the park at the time of this shooting. Hundreds of people were in the park at the time of this shooting when someone started shooting into the crowd, hitting at least 6 people. We are asking that anyone with information on this shooting, please come forward. Please help us figure this out. You can remain anonymous. Please call 574 LMPD. The other thing, I want to speak directly to whoever this shooter is. Turn yourself in. The best thing for you to do is to turn yourself in. We know that this will not end well. The best case scenario is for you to turn yourself in and stop this. Thank you. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Deputy Chief Humphrey. This has been an unspeakable week of tragedy for our city. On Monday, we lost 5 of our fellow citizens to a horrific act of workplace gun violence. And now, 5 days later, we're at another scene of a reckless act of gun violence, whereas Deputy Chief Humphrey just noted, 2 are deceased and 4 more are at University Hospital. This is not our city. This is not who we are. This is not who we want to be. We have doctors and nurses at University of Louisville Hospital right now, again, that are working to save the lives of gun violence victims. This is enough. LMPD Victim Services is again working with victims' families because loved ones have been taken too soon by gun violence. So what can you do to help? What action can you take to help? There are several things. First, as Deputy Chief Humphrey just said, there were hundreds of people at this park tonight. We understand people fled when gunshots broke out. Please help us. Please call 574 LMPD and help us identify who shot their guns tonight and have killed at least 2 people. Please help us. 574 LMPD. You can certainly remain anonymous. Also, as we move forward in the days ahead, we are going to be taking action. We are going to be taking action to prevent these acts of gun violence, whether they are mass shootings, whether they are shooting at parks on beautiful Saturday nights, whether they're individual shootings at any time of day on any street corner, or whether by suicide. We as a community must come together and take action. We must continue to support one another. We must continue to tell our friends, our family, our law enforcement when people are struggling, when we think people have guns that shouldn't have guns. Please, let's band together. Let's help each other. Let's make this the city we want it to be. A special thanks again to LMPD, to all of our first responders that arrived at the scene quickly, our EMS responders that have taken victims to the hospital and the medical professionals that are working right now to save lives.